Hi, it's Valerie. Wanted to talk about a tool in the farmer's toolbox that you might not always think about as being a tool, but is really an important one, and that is record keeping. So whether it's livestock or crops, farmers keep records. Even financial records are really important, but I'm not going to get into that right now because it's tax season and I don't want to think about that. So, for the cattle, I have a, what is this called? Calving record book. It's actually not just calving. There's birth records in here, but there's also treatment records. So if I treat a sick animal, I need to write that in there. There'd be, if an animal loses their RFID tag, which is a government thing, then I need to, there's a place to write that down with the original tag and the replacement tag. There's cattle purchased, sold, and died. There's pasture movement somewhere in here. Beef medication list. There should be pasture. There's no pasture movement. Gonna have to write that down in a different place. Wow, that's sad. Okay. Yeah, so, and when I write these things down, I'm able to look back at my cattle's performance. I can keep a list of cows that aren't performing very well and that should be sold. I can look back and see if I've treated an animal and they have a withdrawal period for whatever drug I've given them, say it's 10 days or 60 days. We'll go with the 60-day example. I can look back and say, when can I sell this animal? Because I can't sell it until the withdrawal period has ended. And then I can look back and say, oh yeah, that was 5 weeks ago, so I still have a little ways to go yet before I can sell it. With crop records, we would keep a record of every field, and in that field, every year we would write, I planted this crop in it on this date, and I harvested on this date. I sprayed with this chemical because there were these problems, or weeds, or insects, or whatever it may be. We might write down yield that we got from that particular crop that year, and that allows us to keep track of our crop rotations so that we're not planting crops too close together, or crops that some chemicals would inhibit the growth of another crop 1 or 2 years down the road. So we want to be sure we're rotating our chemicals properly, we're rotating our crops to keep the soil healthy, and then we can monitor that as well. So in order to make good decisions, we need to look backwards, see what's happened in the past, see what we could improve, and then we can move forward. And so that is why record keeping is a really important tool in the farmer's toolbox.